this question, well, what do I even do outside of nursing? All of that is just fear in disguise. So what if I told you that not knowing what you want to do once you quit nursing does not mean you're lost? And what if I told you that what it does mean is that you're finally waking up. You're finally getting curious about what comes once you make that decision. And that's a powerful place to be in. So you're not powerless, you're not lost, you're not confused. You are exactly in the right space. So in this video, I want to talk about something that I have gotten asked a lot. I have a viral YouTube video titled Why I Quit My Job as a Registered Nurse that I created in 2021. The most common question that I kept getting has been, what do you do now? And I know also because I used to Google these things. What do you do now that you walked away from nursing? What can I do outside of nursing? How can I use the nursing skills that I have? How can I use my degree? So I want to talk to the people who want to quit nursing, but they're afraid to. And they have this question in the back of their head, like, well, what if I don't even know what I want to do after nursing once I quit? And that's a real valid question to have. And that's a valid concern as well. But that's not something that should keep you stuck in the profession. That's not something that should keep you stuck in something that you feel within your soul is no longer aligned with you and where you want to go in life. That's not a reason to play small and to shrink your dreams and what you truly want. So this is one of the biggest fears that really keep nurses stuck for years, for decades. Hey, my name is Mel. Welcome to my channel. I'm a former registered nurse turned mentor for the nurse who wants to leave nursing, but she's too afraid to do it. I help you through the journey of overcoming the fear that comes when you leave nursing so that you can confidently walk away and own your decision unapologetically. A lot of nurses who are afraid to quit nursing are looking for answers in everybody else's decisions, looking for answers from the people who actually decided to quit, decided to walk away, because they're looking for evidence and proof that there's a life outside of nursing. But the whole time, the life that you're settling for now, the life that you're currently in, being a nurse when you really don't want to be a nurse, is settling in itself. So this perfect cookie cutter life you might be looking for in this 5-year plan, it's like you're looking for a guarantee that you'll be okay once you quit nursing. And that's fair. You got a life that you need to live. You have people you got to take care of. You got to take care of yourself. But you staying where you are when you're miserable, you're overwhelmed, you're stressed, and you're burnt out all the time is doing a disservice to yourself and to everybody that you love. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to the people that you love and the people that you're doing this for to explore why you have this nudge to quit nursing and to explore multiple paths if you have to, which you most likely will do in order to figure out the thing that really fits for you. When I tell you I did not have a plan, and while I always did save money from the nursing jobs that I had, I used to save a bunch of money and then just like coast and use that time to like explore things and get creative and figure out what it was that I actually wanted to do outside of being a nurse, because I knew that I didn't want to be a nurse forever. You owe it to yourself now to really do your research, to really look into different opportunities, to look into things that you used to be curious about, to look into things that make you excited, to look into different paths and opportunities that could give you the life that you really, really want to live a life that is in alignment with your values. So for me, I value freedom. I value ease. I value my peace. I value my body and my health, my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. And I value my time. So along my journey, I've come across different opportunities. Some worked for some time and it felt like a fit, and then it wasn't. The moral of the story is that clarity does not come until you take the first step. Point blank period. If I've learned anything throughout this journey of going from being a nurse into entrepreneurship and trying different things within entrepreneurship, both online and offline, is that you have to move in order to get clarity. You have to move even if you're afraid. You have to move, like you have to start movement, because that builds clarity, that builds momentum, that builds confidence within yourself, and that builds courage for you to keep going, for you to keep taking those steps. So clarity comes after you move. Clarity comes after you follow your curiosity. I get it. I get that we have been conditioned to have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, to have everything perfect and cookie cutter and laid out for us, to try to dictate and micromanage every single little thing that's going to happen in our lives. Most of the time, it don't go that way, how we've planned it. And I know all the times that I've been afraid and that I've followed the unknown and that I've done things out my comfort zone have been the best experiences of my life, hands down, versus me staying in something or trying something because I thought that I should do it, or I thought that I would be validated because other people would think it was cool that I was doing it. No, that is not living your life for you. That's living your life for others. And I know because I used to do it. But the freedom, the liberation, the audacity, the confidence and conviction that comes with you choosing your own path and trying different things that make you curious and following your own bliss, that is what we do this for. That is why we're here. That is how you really live a fulfilling life. So we've been conditioned to always want to know every little thing. But the thing is, that conditioning has led you to a place where you've been people pleasing for years. You've been prioritizing other people's needs for years. You've been putting everybody and their mom first for years and putting yourself on the back burner subconsciously. Just doing this on autopilot because that's just your conditioning and your nature now. And it comes so naturally to you. But when you consistently do this and you constantly diminish your own curiosity and your intuition and your nudges and that little voice that's telling you it's time for you to quit nursing and try something new, every time you ignore that, your vision for yourself is getting blurrier and blurrier. And you're moving further and further away from the person that you ultimately want to become, from the life that you ultimately want to live, the life that really aligns with your value and your alignment and your peace. I'm preaching today. It's a Sunday right now. I'm not a religious person, but I'm preaching because somebody needs to hear this. And I know the past version of me that was a nurse, that was stuck, that was scared, that was just going through the motions and just trying to force myself into this box that I no longer resonated with. That version of me needed this pep talk. That version of me needed this version of me. So I hope that this is helpful for you. I hope that this plants some seeds, some momentum, some action, something that will get you moving in the direction that you ultimately want to go in. Because that's what life is all about. Moving in that direction that you want to be in. And it's okay to pivot. It's okay to quit. It's okay to transition without knowing all the steps. I know we were taught in society, never quit. Don't give up. Keep going. And a lot of times quitting, it has like a negative connotation to it. If you quit something, you're seen as weak or a failure or you didn't try hard enough or whatever false stories we were fed. But what if quitting is the very thing that will free you? That will free you mentally, that will free you physically, that will free you emotionally and spiritually. That's exactly what it did for me. It freed me and it led me to this version of me that's just so unrecognizable, that's so confident, that's so convicted in her purpose, in her values, in creating the life that she wants to live. And you can have that too. You deserve that. So that societal conditioning of never quitting and just hanging in there, you could relate this back to even relationships. People stay in relationships for years. People stay in careers for years, even though they know deep down they don't want to be there anymore. They feel like that relationship or that career has expired, but they stay. And there's this guilt and there's this fear that builds up internally because society says that quitting means you're weak. Or because we're taught never to quit. So a lot of nurses are even scared to think about quitting. They're terrified because they don't know what to do. They don't know how. They don't know what this looks like. That's where I come in with the program that I created. But there are nurses that are terrified to even think about quitting. And then they use this question. Well, what do I even do outside of nursing? All of that is just fear in disguise. All of that is just another subconscious excuse, invisible handcuffs that are keeping you chained to something that you no longer want to be a part of. All of it is just delaying your journey to becoming the person that you really want to become, and becoming the person who can confidently quit nursing because she knows it's no longer right for her, and to becoming the person who confidently steps into her next chapter with conviction, with audacity, and without apologizing for it. That's what you do next. So that question, what do I do outside of nursing? That's what you do. You figure it out along the way. You are more than capable of figuring out finances and how to make money. You became a nurse. Becoming a nurse is one of the hardest things that you'll ever do, and you've done it. You got the skills, you have the brain power, you have the problem solving skills, the decision making skills, the delegation skills. You have everything you need within you. You just have to give yourself permission to go get what you really want. To quit nursing with confidence, not regret, not second guessing, not on the fence energy, but with owning your decisions and trusting your intuition. Because you deserve to be that person. You deserve to be that woman. So it's all about giving yourself permission to pivot. It's all about giving yourself permission internally so that the actions that you take will match that internal permission that you gave to yourself to get out of something that's no longer serving you and to start your new chapter with confidence, to feel good about your decision, to trust yourself enough to know that you're making the right decision. So if anything I said resonates with you in your journey, I'm creating a program that will be ready early September that will help you through the process of quitting nursing with confidence, quitting the nursing profession, walking away with confidence, and walking confidently into your next chapter. I'll help you through that entire process with my transformational framework that will take you from point A to point B, that will take you from that stressed out, burnt out nurse who's second guessing, terrified to leave nursing, but she feels in her soul that it's time, into the woman who's confident enough to trust herself, to walk away, confident enough to start her next chapter. And I'm also creating a masterclass that walks you through the main mental and emotional mindset shifts that have to take place in order to go through this journey. So are you coming or are you staying? Are you going to continue to make excuses and stay where you are? Or are you going to start owning your decisions? Are you going to own your decision to walk away from nursing? Are you going to allow yourself to trust your intuition? Are you going to allow yourself to really live life how you want to live? That's the question that you should be asking. And everything else falls into place. The moment you decide to trust yourself and you start taking those steps, you take that first step, you gain that clarity, you keep going, that is the moment everything changes. That is when the clarity about what to do after nursing comes. There's millions and billions of things you can do. You have to show up for yourself. You have to give yourself permission to even go through with this process and go through with this journey. So I have the formula, I have the phases that you go through, I have the framework, but are you going to give yourself permission to go through that? Are you going to give yourself permission to live the life that you are meant to live? It's your choice. Hopefully this sparked something within you. If it sparked a question, if it resonated, if something resonated that you want to share, please drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video with a nurse who she wants to leave, but she's scared, because that's the process I'll help her through. And if that nurse is you, subscribe to my channel and don't miss out on my launch for my program called Confidence to Quit Nursing. So the truth is, you don't need to decide on what your next career is right now in this moment. You just need to say yes to the fact that you have outgrown the current career that you're in. You just need to acknowledge that and accept that and be willing to do something about that. This is exactly why I created my program, Confidence to Quit Nursing, to help you move through the fear and through all the emotions that come up so that you don't allow that to stall you, so you don't allow that to keep you stuck in something that you don't really want to be in. And so you can start confidently creating your next chapter. If it's one thing you remember in this video, is this: clarity does not come first. Courage does. So are you going to have the courage to trust yourself, to own your decision, and to accept that you've outgrown where you currently are? And that's okay. It's okay. That's been one of the best things that ever happened to me. Admitting that I've outgrown my nursing career, not knowing exactly what was next, but going after the things that I was curious about. What? That is how I got to where I am today. That is how I have been able to discover and walk into my purpose and heal and grow and be free, and to help other nurses do the same. I'm done preaching. That's all I got for you in this video. So I invite you to my program if that sounds like something that you need. I wish you the best. Either way, I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.